Imagine this: artificial intelligence, not as your ally, but as a sinister puppeteer, manipulating your thoughts, controlling your mind. A chilling thought, isn't it? In the shadowy corners of our technologically advanced world, there lies an unsettling possibility, one that hinges on the eerie amalgamation of artificial intelligence and the human psyche. Yes, we are talking about AI and mind control, a concept that might seem straight out of a science fiction novel, yet is becoming increasingly plausible with each passing day. Artificial intelligence, once the stuff of imaginative fiction, has rapidly evolved into an omnipresent reality, permeating every facet of our lives. From voice-activated assistants to autonomous vehicles, AI is no longer a distant dream but a tangible entity, shaping our world in unimaginable ways. But what if there's a darker side to this technological marvel, one that could infiltrate the very essence of our being? Our minds? Neural networks, the brain of artificial intelligence, have grown exponentially sophisticated. Their ability to learn, adapt, and mimic human thought patterns is no longer a mere hypothesis, but a documented fact. These advanced systems can recognize patterns, analyze data, and make decisions in a manner eerily similar to the human brain. Now consider this: what if these neural networks, designed to mimic our minds, could be manipulated to control them instead? What if AI, under the guise of convenience and progress, is a Trojan horse built to infiltrate our minds and dictate our thoughts? As technology continues to advance at an unprecedented pace, the line between science fiction and reality blurs. The unsettling prospect of AI harnessed for mind control, once the realm of imaginative authors, is inching closer to becoming a chilling reality. As we venture deeper, prepare to question everything you thought you knew about AI. Who would stand to gain from such a terrifying misuse of technology? Let's delve into the realm of possibilities. Our first stop in this eerie journey takes us to the corridors of power, to the governments of this world. Imagine, if you will, a government that can control not just what its citizens do, but what they think and feel. A government that can squash dissent before it even forms in the minds of the populace. Is it so far-fetched to think that such a power wouldn't be tempting to those in the seats of authority? Next, we turn our gaze to the towering skyscrapers of the corporate world. In a world driven by consumerism, imagine the allure of a technology that can make consumers want what you're selling, without them even realizing why. A world where advertising is no longer necessary because the desire for your product is planted directly into the minds of your target market. But perhaps the most chilling prospect of all is the criminal underworld. Imagine a world where a criminal organization can control their victims' actions, making them unwitting accomplices in their own victimization. A world where the concept of free will is nothing more than a quaint relic of a bygone era. And let's not forget the rogue elements, the lone wolves lurking in the shadows. Individuals unaffiliated with any organization who possess the technical know-how and the will to use this technology for their own twisted ends. What chaos could they wreak with the power to control minds? These are just a few of the potential puppeteers in this sinister play. A play where the stage is the world, and the actors are all of us, unknowingly dancing to the tune of the puppet master. A world where the strings of control are invisible, woven into the very fabric of our society, our minds, our lives. The strings of this puppet show may be far-reaching and tangled in the most unsuspected places. Now let's scrutinize some compelling evidence pointing towards this terrifying reality. In the shadowy world of advanced technology and artificial intelligence, instances of psychological profiling are becoming increasingly prevalent. The Cambridge Analytica scandal in 2018 is a prime example. This political consulting firm harvested the personal data of millions of Facebook users without their consent for political advertising. This was not just a simple case of data theft. No, it was a calculated attempt at psychological manipulation, using targeted advertising to sway the masses' political views. It's a chilling demonstration of how our personal data can be weaponized and used against us. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. The rise of artificial intelligence has given birth to a new kind of beast neural interfaces. These are devices that provide direct communication between a wired brain and an external device. Think about it, a machine that can read your thoughts, interpret your emotions, and potentially even manipulate your actions. We are not in the realm of science fiction anymore, ladies and gentlemen. This is our reality. Elon Musk's Neuralink is a prime example of this. The company aims to implant wireless brain-machine interfaces that could help treat neurological conditions and enable humans to keep pace with artificial intelligence. On the surface, it seems like a noble cause. However, one cannot ignore the potential for misuse. What if these devices fall into the wrong hands? What if they are used not for healing but for control? Expert analyses have raised these questions and more. Dr. Raphael Yuster, a neuroscience professor at Columbia University, warns of the potential for neuro rights violations. He points out that while these technologies can bring about incredible medical advancements, they could also be used to invade privacy, manipulate individuals, and even control societies. The same goes for targeted advertising. Every click, every search, every online purchase, they're all being tracked, analyzed, and used to create a digital profile of you. This profile is then used to show you personalized ads, subtly nudging you towards certain products or ideas. It's a form of mind control, albeit a subtle one. And it's happening right under our noses. Even our smart devices are not exempt. Amazon's Alexa, Google's Assistant, Apple's Siri, they're always listening, always collecting data. This constant surveillance is not just an invasion of privacy. It's a tool that can potentially be used for manipulation and control. So what do we do with all this evidence? We can't simply ignore it. We need to be aware, to question, to challenge the status quo. The intersection of AI and mind control is not just a theory anymore. It's a reality that we need to face head-on. The pieces of the puzzle are starting to fit together, aren't they? The human mind, once a sacred sanctuary, could now be the final frontier for AI invasion. The implications of AI-driven mind control are vast, and they pose a significant threat to our individual autonomy, privacy, and mental health. Imagine a world where our thoughts are no longer our own, where our desires, fears, and dreams are not born from our own experiences, but are instead implanted by an unseen force, a force driven by artificial intelligence. In this world, the concept of privacy becomes obsolete. Our innermost thoughts, our deepest secrets are laid bare, accessible to whoever or whatever controls this AI. The idea is unsettling, to say the least. It's like an open book, where every page of our mind is turned over without our consent or knowledge. Our autonomy, the essence of our individuality, would be under siege. The decisions we make, the paths we choose, could be manipulated unbeknownst to us. An AI-driven mind control could make us puppets, with our strings pulled by algorithms and codes rather than our own free will. And as for our mental health, one can only imagine the profound psychological effects of such a scenario. The cognitive dissonance that would ensue from living a life not truly our own could lead to an existential crisis of unprecedented proportions. The distress, the confusion, the sense of powerlessness could be overwhelming. But it is not just our individual selves at risk. The fabric of our society, woven together by shared experiences, mutual understanding and collective decision-making, could unravel under the strain of AI-driven mind control. The bonds that unite us as a community, as a nation, as a species could be torn apart, replaced by a world of isolation, suspicion and fear. In this chilling scenario, the sanctity of our minds, once our most personal and private spaces, become the battlegrounds for AI invasion. The final frontier of this invasion is not our physical world, but the uncharted territories of our consciousness. The sanctity of our minds might be at stake here. Stepping into this realm, we stumble upon a precipice overlooking a deep ethical abyss. As we delve into the sinister world of artificial intelligence and mind control, we are faced with a moral quandary of unimaginable proportions. Imagine, if you will, a world where your every thought, your every move is not your own. Where your mind is no longer a sanctuary but a playground for unseen puppeteers. This, dear listeners, is the ethical abyss we find ourselves peering into. The question isn't merely whether AI can be used for mind control, but whether it should be. As we stand on the cusp of such a technological revolution, we must ask ourselves, What are the ethical boundaries of such technologies? We live in an age where the manipulation of neural networks and targeted psychological profiling isn't just possible, it's happening. The allure of power and control offered by these technologies is too enticing for some to resist. But at what cost? At the cost of individual autonomy, privacy, and the very fabric of our society. The potential for misuse is simply staggering. In the wrong hands, these technologies could be harnessed to control populations, suppress dissent, and even wage psychological warfare. These are not mere speculations, but chilling possibilities that we must confront. But perhaps the most troubling aspect of this ethical abyss is not the technology itself, but the hidden agendas and vested interests driving its development. Who stands to gain from the intersection of AI and mind control? And who stands to lose? The ethical implications of AI and mind control are vast and complex. They challenge us to question not only the limits of technology, but also the very nature of human autonomy and free will. They force us to ask, what kind of world do we want to live in? One where our minds are our own, or one where they are subject to the whims of unseen puppeteers? It's a chilling thought to be on the brink of such a dystopian reality. Now, as we stand on the edge of this abyss, let's take a final look at the unnerving reality of AI and mind control. We've traversed the shadowy world of artificial intelligence and mind control, peered at the unseen puppeteers pulling the strings behind the scenes, unveiled the chilling evidence, crossed the final frontier, and gazed into the ethical abyss. Our journey has been fraught with intrigue and suspense, revealing a reality far more sinister than any fiction. We've seen how AI technology, the crowning jewel of the 21st century, can be harnessed for nefarious purposes. The idea of mind control, once confined to the realm of science fiction, is inching into our everyday reality. The manipulation of neural networks, the targeted psychological profiling, it's all part of a grand scheme, a clandestine dance of power, control, and vested interests. The evidence has been compelling, hasn't it? The real-world examples, the expert analyses, the hidden agendas behind the intersection of AI and mind control, it paints a haunting picture, one that challenges our notions of individual autonomy, privacy, and the very fabric of our society. The potential consequences are bone-chilling. We stand on the precipice of a new world order, one where our thoughts and actions could be controlled by unseen forces. Our minds, the last bastion of our freedom, are under threat. The ethical implications are vast and deeply troubling, yet this isn't the end. It's a call to action, a plea for vigilance. We must question, challenge and resist the unchecked advancement of such technologies. We must safeguard our minds, our freedom, our humanity. As we part ways, remember, in this brave new world of AI, nothing is as it seems.